Hi guys, welcome to this video on XAT. This video contains 5 parts, starting with the overview about what XAT is all about, how to prepare for XAT, then moving on to quant section, verbal section, logic which is decision making, and GK section. So there are 5 parts of this strategy workshop. Alright. So along with that, we'll talk about the cutoffs and everything what we have. Alright, let's have the overview. In this part, we're going to talk about the overview of what that exam is all about and how the breakup is. So they're going to be 2 parts, part 1 and part 2. Part 1 will contain verbal ability, decision making and quant DI. That's going to be section 1. And section 2 is going to be GK and writing skills. GK and writing skills are not counted in your overall percentile. Fine. So even if you're not performing very good in GK, it doesn't make a difference. Your overall percentile have no problem. But yes, individual colleges might accept GK scores. So obviously we have to prepare for GK. But overall percentile, the colleges which are looking at the overall percentile, for them it doesn't matter. For example, SPGen. SPGen is not bothered about a GK score, for example. Fine. So number of questions now, that's the main part, will change every year. So total number of questions, for example, this is 78. So number of breakup, this is a tentative breakup which I feel the breakup would be fine. But the breakup will change according to every year. But this is a mota extrapolation of the last 3 years papers which have taken the average of last 3 year questions. Maths questions obviously always a maximum, so number of maximum. So this breakup I have taken according to what happened last 3 years. Actual number of questions you will see on the day itself. There is no way you can identify. Fine. So you got 78 questions in part 1 and then 25 questions GK and writing skills. Total 26 questions in section number 2. Alright, moving to the next part is ideal time allocation. So totally we got 170 minutes for the section 1, 2, 3. Section 1 which is quant, verbal and decision making. So what I recommend is a breakup of the time. Obviously we're not going to spend too much time on one area. So let's break it up as 70 minutes for section quant section. For decision making 50 minutes and verbal ability 50 minutes. That's the ideal breakup which you can think of. Fine, you can change your breakup, you can do 60, 60, 50. Fine, but maths obviously you need little bit more time than the other sections because obviously the level of difficulty is going to be higher than what you have seen in the other exam including CAT. Alright, same for 40 minutes are going to be there for section number 2. So for that 40 minutes I recommend 15 minutes for GK and 25 minutes for essay writing. That's the ideal time again breakup wise for both the sections. Fine, moving to the next part with the ideal attempt. In verbal section, you should target an attempt of 16 questions. Decision making, a target attempt of 12 and quant 15. That's a very good attempt, but obviously the attempt will vary according to the level of difficulty of the paper. But that's your tentative number of attempts which you should be targeting. Total 43 is a very good attempt, including negative marking and your wrong answer. You will get a decent enough score. GK target should be a score of 10. Fine, so that's your ideal attempt which you have to target. Minimum correct, out of them if you do a minimum 10 correct, it's a very good score. Minimum 8 in decision making and 10 in quant. That's your minimum attempt or correct, and that's your ideal attempt, a good attempt or correct. Fine, that's your mota overview of the exam. So verbal ability level is easy, medium, decision making medium, but quant level is going to be difficult. Fine, that's your fundamental XAT overview in front of you. Fine, so there are 3 sections which you have to tackle And that, trust me, is going to be the most difficult exam which you are going to face. That is double the level of difficulty of CAT. If you find CAT quant section to be tough, that is going to be at least double the level of CAT section. Whatever they say this year, they might be saying that is going to be easy, but trust me, it's never easy. Easier as compared to what? Easier as compared to, obviously it's going to be more difficult than CAT, whatever they might say. Fine, so that's a fundamental overall strategy which you have to follow for the XAT exams. So now we'll move into section wise breakup of each of the topic. Alright, so this is the overall strategy which you should be following, and I can trust me, I can guarantee one thing: if you're following this kind of breakup, you can actually increase your attempt or better strategize your paper, which is very important in a paper like XAT, because that is a typical test match. It's not a T20 match where you can score more questions like what happened in CAT and other exams. So that you need to be very focused on what question to do and what question to leave. Alright.